Well, hey guys, we are going to get this outlet changed out that we were talking about on the other video there. Sorry about some lens flare there. The outlet that we're talking about right there, that is just your regular, pretty much standard household outlet. But anyways, like we were showing, we were going to replace it with this. We picked this up at local hardware store, one of your big box chains. See if that will focus there. But anyways, and like we said, we've got this box. We're going to put it in. When I took out the last outlet, it's not really held in by much. I'll show you that here in just a minute. First thing we're going to do is I'm going to flip the camera around and we'll go from there. We're going to double check, make sure the outlet is not live. Last thing we need is to get shocked. Let me also say that I am not an electrician, so do this stuff at your own risk. I have done most of the outlets in my house, changing them out from just various old ones to newer ones, and also having USBs in the house. But anyways, let's go ahead and get this turned around. But like I said, if you do not feel comfortable doing this, get somebody else to do it for you. Do not say, I told you how to do this and that's how it was supposed to be. This is just showing for my information that how I did it, but you can take it for what it is, maybe a grain of salt. It is what it is. But anyways, all right, here we are. Got me a light because I'm going to go ahead and turn off the power, and plus I'll need some 110 to cut this box out. Also, we've got the multimeter here. We're going to double check the power to make sure that we're not going to get zapped while doing this. So let's go ahead and get the multimeter turned on. And I went ahead and stuck it to 500, 600. On mine, this is just showing that it is power. So we're just going to use 500. And we're going to go ahead and stick it in here and see what we get. And we are reading voltage. So what I'm going to do is we're going to crawl under the bed here. I've already got the panel open. Now, I've already looked at this beforehand. And I already know where it's at, but let's get a light over here. On mine, it is very hard to see, but if you see the breaker 3, which is right here, 15 amp refrigerator / 110. That is the breaker that goes to that outlet. So I'm going to go ahead and shut that off. Okay, got that turned off. I'm going to go back over here, double check. Make sure it is not live. No voltage. We are plugged into that outlet. Also, another way that I do like to check, I've got a kilowatt here. Go ahead and plug into that outlet. If it was on, we would have a display. So, for example, let's go ahead and unplug this, and we'll plug it into the extension cord that I have and show you that it is a working device. The kilowatt is a working device. Alright, so moving on here, I am going to set you guys up here on a shelf, and then we're going to go ahead and get this outlet installed. So hold on one second. Okay guys, honestly I don't know how good you're going to be able to see me while doing this. So we're going to give a shot. and we'll see how this goes. So let's go ahead and get the light over here so we can see what we're doing. Maybe that'll help you guys see what I got going on here. I kind of want to leave this air conditioning running, if at all humanly possible, so I'm going to direct some of the fan noise out of the way. I do apologize if it is kind of loud while doing this. We're going to go ahead and remove this cover. I don't know if you can see, but this outlet's broke. There's really nothing left of it. That's kind of why we're replacing it in the first way. We had the same thing going on with the one above the microwave, just right below the kitchen counter there. So let's go ahead and unscrew this guy. And see what we were left with when they manufactured it. I really don't care for these outlets. You can see how they pretty much go. They just pretty much splice right in. Like I said, it's not the best thing, but it does work. They're cheap. Personally, that's what I think of them. So, remove this other piece here. Now we're going to go ahead and remove the back so we can get this outlet out. Really not the best things. Like I said, that's really nice. And we'll get our insulated pliers and remove that. Okay, like I said, we're going to put this box into this hole, but the last one that I did, the box would not fit unless I cut out the hole bigger. It's going to be the same case. So what we're going to do is we're going to trace this box. I've got a multi-tool and we're going to go ahead and cut this out, put the box in. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and cut these wires and then pigtail them so they can just go right to the outlet. I'd rather have some wire nuts in there and tape them, but wire nuts and tape them if I have some tape, but if not, I am actually really trusting on the wire nuts. I think I'll find some tape. That would just make it feel better, because these things are kind of rolling earthquakes going down the road like everybody says. But of course I'm going to have enough room in the back to house everything. So let's go ahead and get started and get this traced out. Yes, I am using a Sharpie. Most people would fear because of that. Okay. What I did here was just basically draw a line. Very much I got to cut off the top. Really nothing on the bottom. It's just really on the sides. So Tell you what, we're going to get this thing cut out. We will join back with you. Because this is going to be kind of loud. I will admit that. So instead of sitting here listening to the loud noise, we will pick it up right after I get this thing cut out. And we'll go from there. Alright guys, let's go ahead and double check. Got that cut out. Let's see what we get. Beautiful. Beautiful. Fits like a charm. Alright, let's go ahead and get this wire cut. They do leave you at least a good significant amount of wire. So I said we are off, so I'm not worried about any kind of shock. But I'm just going to try and cut these lines kind of in the middle where they had them. So it makes it a little bit easier to do this whole project. Now, I shut off the breaker. If you feel more comfortable, go ahead and shut off the whole main. If you have your camper hooked up. I, of course, still have the camper hooked up because I want the air. So we're going to go ahead and knock two of these out in the bottom. And we're going to go ahead and bring them both up. Okay guys, we are back. The outlet itself actually could accept two wires. So I went ahead and got the two blacks in, the two whites in, the two grounds. The only thing we got to do is go ahead and get this thing tucked back in. And then go ahead and get the outlet plate put on. Turn it on, test it, and we should be good to go. So give me 1 second. I'm going to get these wires tucked in, screw this into the box, and go from there. Alright guys, well, it is done. So the only thing now we need, turn on the outlet, test it, make sure it works. We'll do that by plugging in the good old trusty kilowatt. Make sure we're good to go. So give me 1 second, I'm going to turn on that breaker. Kilowatt. Alright, we are reading the correct amount of voltage. So let me go ahead and get the multimeter here. And we'll go ahead and get that plugged in. So we are reading voltage. In other words, I'm going to get this thing cleaned up. We're good to go. I think really the last thing I need is wife approval. So good to go. New outlet, USB, quick charge. Great for our phones. Check you later.